Assalamu alaikum, dear learners. This is Muhyiddin Ahmed, English teacher, Milestone School and College, Sector 4 branch. I do believe you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. With the blessing of Him, I am also fine and proud for teaching you two different online classes. Like other days, today I am going to conduct a new class with new information for enhancing your knowledge level. Please join with me. Thank you. Dear learners, today our topic will be punctuations and online classwork number 56. Please open your classwork copy, open your book and write down the necessary information if you think that this information are important and difficult for you. Review of the previous class. Before starting up the class, right now I am going to discuss about the previous class. Our previous teacher, or in the last class, teacher explained about the how to write a paragraph. So right now I am going to discuss about the previous class. Paragraph writing. Topic sentence. You know that each and every paragraph there are different parts of paragraph, and that is why first one will be topic sentence. Topic sentence will be the sentence will be based on the heading of the sentence, heading of the paragraph. So first one will be topic sentence and second sentence will be supporting ideas. I mean second part of the paragraph is supporting ideas. And these supporting ideas describe about the topic sentence. And number 3 will be editing details. So editing details mean here we shall describe about the supporting idea in detail. And at the last one, it's concluding sentence. In this last part, we shall try to link between the topic sentence and the ending part of the paragraph. So we try to explain these 4 parts in detail. Writing a paragraph is essay. All you need to do is think of one main idea. You know that paragraph is actually there is a one single idea. Next, you need to write that main idea which is called your topic sentence. Then you will write 3 or more sentences that support the main idea. Finally, you need to have a sentence that summarizes the main idea. Before you finish, be sure that your paragraph is indented, you have good spelling, and you have proper punctuation. If you follow this step, you will have no problem writing a paragraph. Ending sentence. Full stop are used to indicate the end of sentence which are not question or exclamation. Full stop after initials. It is usual to use full stop after initials. Look at that. This is the example of initials. A. Milne, George W. Bush, M.A. Jinnah. These are the initials. And abbreviations, a full stop is used after some abbreviations. My name is Gabriel Gamma Jr. Full stop. Here Jr. mean junior. Junior. Jr. mean junior. Now comma. I am a comma. I look just like a hook. Look at that comma, just like a hook. Every time you see me, slow down and look. This is the identity of a comma. The commas tells the reader to pause, indicate a brief pause. They are not as final as period. Look at that. We can make pause but not final or ending point. Used inside the sentences. Most of the time, we can use comma inside of the sentences. Help us to see the structure and therefore the meaning of the sentence. There are some rules also here. Use a comma to separate words or item in a list. Look at that. She has 2 dogs, 3 cats, 1 bird, and five fish in her houses. So look at that. There are each and every different item, and we can separate them by using comma. Use a comma to separate a city from its state. Example: I am from East Lansing, Michigan. Michigan is the state, and East Lansing is the city. Use a comma to separate the day of the month from the year. Look at that. He was born on August 4th, 1990. We can separate the day from the month and also from year. Use a comma to separate two adjectives describing words when the word and can be inserted between them. She was a young, beautiful dog. Look at that. Young and beautiful both are adjective. So by using comma, we can differentiate adjectives. There are also some use. There are several places we should use comma in second grade. Use a comma to separate words in a series. Use a comma to separate a city and state. Use a comma to separate the day and year in a date. Use a comma after the greeting or closing in a friendly letter. Look at that. This slide is a repetition of the previous slide. Now colon. When to use a colon? The colon is used to introduce or call attention to the words that follow it. I repeat, the colon is used to introduce or call attention to the words that follow it. Example, superheroes. Superheroes, there are different kinds of superheroes. These are example, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. So, for this reason, we shall use colon. Using colon to extend a sentence. You can use a colon to extend sentence to expand on something previously mentioned in the sentence, which you have mentioned in the previously, you just extend your information. So by using this, you can use colon. His success was due to one thing, determination. So determination is the explanation or extend part of the previous one. Think of colon as the language version of an equal sign. Look at that colon, sometimes it is equal to equal sign. Now dear learner, semicolon. Its main use to combine two closely related complete sentences. Its main use is to combine two closely related complete sentences. Look at the two complete sentences we can relate with semicolon. They are the interrelated. I mean, close relation between the two sentences. Basic rule, you can use a semicolon where you would otherwise use a comma with a small conjunction. You can use a semicolon where you would otherwise use a comma with a small conjunction. So, dear learners, there's a diagram. So, with this diagram, we can describe this descriptive part. Semicolon, comma plus conjunction and but etc. So, uh, this equivalent function as a semicolon. Here, for example, I am going home, comma, and end. I intend to stay there. Look at that. In the second sentence, we can remove comma and conjunction and. So, and we shall write only semicolon. I am going home, semicolon. I intend to stay there. It rained heavily during the afternoon, comma, but we managed to have our picnic anyway. It rained heavily during the afternoon, so we can remove comma and but, and now write down the semicolon. We managed to have our picnic anyway. This is the rules of semicolon. Now the question mark. Question mark. The question mark is basically used at the end of sentences or phrases in which we are trying to get information. Interrogatory sentence. I repeat, the question mark is basically used at the end of sentences or phrases in which we are trying to get information. Interrogatory sentence. Uses at the end of WS and how. Interrogative sentence. At the end of WS and how. Interrogative sentence. For example, who is your teacher? How was your trip? Why did you stop here? So after this sentence, there is a interrogative sign or question mark. So through this sentence, speaker want to learn something. Okay. Now more rules here. At the end of the tag question, you speak English, don't you? So this is the tag question because we join the tag question with the main sentence. That is why it's tag question. You speak English, don't you? Liza is not here, is she? The dog is brown, right? So dear student, affirmative sentence, tag question negative. Negative sentence, Liza is not here, tag question positive sentence or affirmative sentence. The dog is brown, tag question is right. Use after rhetorical questions. Rhetorical question mean a rhetorical question is one for which the questioner does not expect a direct answer. So for using rhetorical question, who cares? Who cares? Or who cares? Who cares? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So these are the use of rhetorical question. The quotation mark, this the quotation mark. Now we shall try to learn something regarding this. When do we use quotation mark? When do we use quotation mark? We use quotation mark to say exactly what someone said. We use quotation marks to say exactly what someone said. John said he would be late. This is the sentence. We can write it using quotation mark. John said he would be late. John said I will be late. So I will be late is the exact sentence which is said by John. So by using quotation, we can separate the main sentence uttered by the speaker. So I will be late, said John. I will be late, said John. You can write down the speaker at the end of the sentence or beginning of the sentence. John said is the beginning of the I will be late, and I will be late. John said John. Here said John is the at the end of the sentence. So quotation mark, use quotation mark to indicate exact word spoken. Comma before the this before quotation mark we use comma. Mary asked, comma, what time is it? Mary asked, comma, what time is it? This is the quotation mark. What time is it? What time is it? Insert the quotation mark, and before the quotation mark there is a comma. I don't know, said Bill. Same example. You can use speaker at the end of the sentence or beginning of the sentence. Dear learners, punctuation marks always will be inside the quotation mark. Punctuation, any kind of punctuation always will be inside of the quotation mark. Mind it. Here may be question mark and maybe full stop, anything else, but all will be inside of the this punctuation. Punctuation goes inside the quotation quotes. Punctuation goes inside the quotes. Exclamation points are used at the end of the exclamatory sentence after injection. So this is the exclamation point. Look at that is the sign of the exclamation point. So we can use at the end of the exclamatory sentence or after interjections. Rules for exclamation point. There are some rules regarding exclamation point. Use an exclamation point after exclamations to show here delight. Delight means joy, happiness, delight. Wow, nice catch. Wow, nice catch. This is the expression of the delight. Urgency. Please help me. Please help me. Urgency. Anger. Drop dead. Drop dead. Surprise. I can't believe it is you. I can't believe it is you. Distress. Oh no, this can't be right. Oh no, this can't be right. Excitement. I got an A. Excitement. I got an A. Intensity. I love you. I hate you. Different kind of intensity. Loud noises. Crush. Strong commands. Stop. Don't move. Stop. Don't move. Actually, these commands come from army or any air force or navy. Strong command. Stop. Don't move. I think these are clear for you. There are also exclamation points and exclamatory sentence. Look at that. An exclamatory sentence show great emotion. We know that. What a great game. What a great game. That's it. That is terrific. Or that's terrific. We can also use exclamation sign by this way. We can also use as interjection. Not again. Super. Hooray. Zoom. Bang. Now, dear learners, apostrophe. Apostrophe is also one of the important punctuations. An apostrophe is used to indicate The omission of letter or letters from word. Omission of letters or letter from word. Uses of apostrophe. It's the possessive apostrophe. Example, teacher's table. Teacher's table. The table is belong to the teacher. Officer's chamber. The chamber is belong to the officer's chamber. Company's officer's chamber. The chamber is belong to the company's officer's chamber. Or you can say apostrophe is placed after the letter S in case noun is a plural. Workers, problems, students, research, customers, demand, companies, annual report. Each and every case, look at that. Workers, plural number. In case of plural number of any noun, we can use apostrophe after the S. We have to add more S or extra S after the main noun. So our apostrophe will be after the S. Problems, students. So this is the example of apostrophe is placed after the letter S in case noun is a plural.
Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about punctuation. Punctuation is the name for specific kinds of marks used in writing. When you are speaking, you can use pauses or stops and change your tone of voice to help the listener understand. When you are writing, you can use punctuation to do the same thing. Punctuation can help us when we read to understand what is written correctly. Let's learn about some of the more common types of punctuation. First, let's talk about periods. A period is a dot that marks the end of a sentence. Periods are the most common way to end a sentence because they are used to end any sentence that isn't a question or an exclamation. An exclamation will end with an exclamation point. Exclamation points are used to show strong feelings, like excitement, or show that something is being said loudly. Question marks are easy to understand. They belong at the end of questions. Anytime you have a question, you end it with a question mark. Got it? Commas can be used in many places. They are used to indicate a pause. Let's see some of the places a comma should be used. Commas should be used to separate 3 or more items in a list. They are also used to separate compound sentences, 2 complete sentences connected by a conjunction like and, but, and or. Commas are used after introductory words, clauses, or phrases to set them apart from the main sentence. You should also use commas to separate the name of a city from its country or state, and to set apart the day of the week or month when writing a date. Finally, commas are used to separate quotations from the rest of a sentence. A quotation is something that someone else has said or written. Quotation marks are used at the beginning and end of a sentence or phrase to show that it is being written exactly the way it was written or said originally. The last punctuation mark we are going to talk about today is the apostrophe. Apostrophes can be used in a contraction to show that there are missing letters. Apostrophes are also used to show possession, or that something belongs to someone. There are still more types of punctuation to learn about, but I hope this helped you to understand how to use basic punctuation marks. Goodbye till next time.
So dear learners, homework. Our homework will be some exercise from Navodut book. Please learn the exercise from Navodut book, and if possible, please write down the difficult examples so that you will never forget these rules. Thank you. Thank you very much for hearing the lecture. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.